Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be talking about two contractors, same city, same market, same type of work, one doing $50,000 a month or $50,000 a month and the other one doing $200,000 a month in the same exact thing. And the difference between both of them has nothing to do with how good they are at their job. So I'm going to be explaining, I'm going over three main gaps: demand gaps, quality gap, and cost gap. So the demand gap, the difference between those two contractors within the demand gap is the contractor is doing $50,000 months, has two referrals because he always relies on referrals and word to mouth. So his first week looks like he has two referrals, two jobs. Second week is empty. Third week, he does Angie leads. He's listed out there and he gets like 2-3 calls from Angie. Then he gets back to word of mouth. And every single month starts from zero again. That's the main difference. So the revenue depends on luck, whether the jobs came in, whether the referrals came in, whether people already liked your work and referred you to their friends, to their family members, or not. So this is not a very stable system. And the $200,000 contractor, his weeks look like this exactly: 8 appointments first week, second week, 7 appointments, 6 appointments, 5 appointments consistently. Same numbers, same market, and the months start with a full pipeline. So whether you had any problems with those appointments, which you will have problems sometimes with the homeowners are not worth your time, you know what you should do? You should just go on. It's fine. Let it go. You don't have to close every single job. Just go on because you still have a full pipeline full of appointments. Whether your target for the month is 20 jobs, it's fine. At the end of the day, you have to go to 30 appointments, 25 appointments, and close 20. That's it. You don't have to go to 50 and then close 8 out of 50, then call yourself, oh, well, I went to appointments and my problem isn't with appointments, is with, because I did go to appointments, but I couldn't close any. And that's where it shows you that your problem is with the closing. So when you start the month with full pipelines, the revenue is very predictable before the month even begins because, next month it's already April, and in April so far we're literally in March, the beginning of March. In April right now you have maybe your first week full for next month, and by the end of this month it will be 3 weeks in advance full of jobs and sales calendar. I'm talking about not the job calendar. So you know exactly what's going to happen that month, and you know that you're getting jobs and you're making money next month for sure. So you see the gap between those two contractors. One of them depends on luck, which is the 50,000 contractor, and the gap is not definitely skills because they both deliver amazing services, but the gap is how they build their systems. So as I said, one of them relies on referrals, which comes by luck, comes by people's maybe just remembering you and think, oh, okay, let me refer my contractor to this person. And the other one, it's coming no matter what. And the second gap is the quality gap. So the quality gap, so we have right now the $50,000 contractor. He gets 50 appointments a month, 15 his average ticket per month, and 16% his close rate. So he ends up with a potential 120,000. That's his potential if he closed pretty good amount of those 50 appointments, but he ends up closing 8. And those 8 with a $15,000 ticket is 120,000. But the $200,000 contractor, he gets 25 appointments because it doesn't mean if you got leads that you have to go to every single opportunity, you have to close every single opportunity. No, because that's just going to be a waste of time on your end, waste of gas money, waste of payroll if you have sales reps going out to sell the jobs and you did not filter out the buyers from the tire kickers. It's just going to be a waste of time. So when you get 50 appointments and you bring that number down after your system qualifies them, confirms details with them, books the appointments straight away, and people expect you're going out there. If you don't run sequences, if you don't build trust, if you don't build urgency before that appointment, you're not going to be closing those people. So what you should be doing, so you should be sitting down after everything is confirmed and the system qualifies every single appointment. You should be bringing the 50 appointments to only 25 or 30 appointments. That's it. Because right now, you look at the people's details. You're the contractor. You know their pain points. You know what's worth your time. You know if it's worth if it has a good profit margin or it doesn't. So you know who is worth your time and who is not. So when you do that, when you bring the 50 appointments to only 25 or 30, with an average up 15,000, we're talking about 60 to 70% close rate. So you're making right now at this point 225,000. That's not luck. You literally just work an extra 30 minutes to make sure that you know which job is worth your time and which one is not, doesn't. So half the appointment, double the revenue, same market and same contractor. Think about it like this. So the 50, and let me explain it one more time. So the 50 leads are coming in, qualification layers, budget confirmed, timeline confirmed, project scope confirmed, and homeowners are pretty sold on who you are right now. So those are your 50 appointments, but you only want to take 25 because having them pre-sold will take probably 10 out of them. Confirming all those details will take some out of them. So when you decrease that number to 25 and you make sure that whoever goes through the sequence of your funnel is an actual buyer, not just wasting time, that's where you're going to be able to close 60 to 70% of your jobs, and sometimes 100%, because I do work with contractors that actually close 90 to 100%. So when you closed 15, you literally just doubled your revenue. You literally right now. So this is the difference. This is where the difference happens, not the appointment, just before the appointment. Because right now, when you confirmed all those details, that qualification process, you built the trust, you built the urgency, you set a tone for you to go out to their house. So right now, if they're getting quotes from different contractors at the same time, you are going to be the one that are leaning towards saying yes, because you're walking in with a 50% yes, because people trust you, know what you do, know who you are, saw your work process and everything. So what's left for you to actually go ahead and close them right on the spot by taking advantage of the system that you built. So the $200,000 the $50,000 contractor has a very wide open funnel. So and he only closed 8 jobs. And let me tell you why his close rate is exactly 16%. So it just because all those 50 appointments ended up 30 out of them just actually literally shopping around, comparing prices between different contractors. They can't afford it. Wrong neighborhoods. You did not filter the neighborhoods or the homeowners based on their income, and wrong project size. Maybe, yeah, the project is literally $9,000. You can do it. It's an easy job, seems to you. You're making 6,000 off of it. Yes, but it might turn out to a nightmare if those are the wrong ICP homeowners. So because right now you drove out to 50 appointments, 42 out of them were never going to say yes in the first place, and you know it. You just wanted to go out there and try to sell yourself, but you can't sell yourself to someone who's just comparing prices, who doesn't have the money, and just shopping around to see what they could do potentially for the future. So you did it, and you look, honestly, you will never know this until you actually shake hands with the people and you're in their driveway telling them, I'm out there gonna take measurements for the project and walk in to talk about the details. So if you just took 30 extra minutes of your month to take down those 50 appointments, plug them into a qualification process will already get rid of 20 out of them. Then you sit down, you qualify them yourself based on your profit margin and project details to another, you take down another 5 or 6 appointments. So you go out to only 25 appointments a month. The cost gap. So the cost gaps, this is what's costing you. As I said, you drove out there, so you wasted your time. You drove out to unqualified appointments, time at the appointment, the follow-up calls, people, if they're not picking up the phones, you're trying to schedule them, put them on the schedule. Those leads are not turning into appointments, so you wasted time, or having your office lady, or having a headache by just trying to give everyone a call as soon as they come in, but they don't pick up the phone. And you drove back. So you see total time per unqualified appointment is basically around 60 to 90 minutes, an hour to an hour and a half. So you ended up right now, if we're going to talk about 42 appointments, because if we want to just compare those numbers, you went out to 50 appointments, you only closed 8. So 42 appointments that you couldn't close, 42 appointments with an average of 60 minutes. That is literally 42 hours of wasted time of your entire month. So you just wasted those hours. So right now, think about it. What if you have sales reps doing this? So 42 hours on your sales reps, an average of maybe $1,000 for gas money to drive out to those 42 appointments, and see that time that they could have just invested into qualified appointments. So that time, that 42 hours didn't just like cost you money, it did cost you actual time. So that time they could have just studied the jobs, better preparation. They know the pain points of the homeowners. That will bring them higher close rate, more revenue per hour. So this is what I'm trying to get to this conclusion. You don't have to take every single job as an opportunity, every single lead coming in as it's the best thing that happened to you. No, you have to be able to turn down jobs based on your timeline, budget, and preparation so you can close more jobs. When I talk numbers, so the $50,000 contractor did $30,000 January. $20,000 can make payroll because maybe his payroll is $25,000. Let's just talk about $25,000 right now. So $60,000, $25,000, barely making it. $80,000, $40,000, scrambling for jobs. $90,000, $35,000, $25,000, $15,000, $10,000. Slow season comes in and the gap gets wider every single month you wait. And the reason for that, you see right now all those numbers. Think about it. It just because this contractor started every single month from scratch, from zero, trying to build till the end of the month. But this contractor, the $200,000 contractor, had something that had already built on. He walked into the month knowing that he is booked for the next 3 weeks of the month, and by the time that he goes on the first week, fourth week is full, sometimes even a month and a half full in advance. So he knows for a fact he has this month in April, let's just say this month, he has already 60 appointments. He knows for a fact those 60 appointments, after the preparation, after confirming details and everything, he brings that number to roughly around 35 appointments that are actually worth his time and he would like to take those jobs. So when he does that, he knows for a fact he's closing out of that 35 appointments, 70% minimum, which is 25 appointments. So he ends up making way over than the $50,000 contractor because he knows which jobs are worth his time and which are not. And this is a number based on a $15,000. This is not based on $15,000 average per ticket, but if we're talking about remodelers that I work with, roofers, $25,000, and when they close 25 jobs, which I do work with ones like this, that's basically 400,000, 450, half a million, and even someone does 700,000 every single month. It does vary, but sometimes, they based on the close rate, they go ahead and push to those numbers. So think about it. Would you rather start from literally scratch every single month, or just have a system that you just built on? You know for a fact, okay, if I turn down these jobs, it's fine. I'm gonna walk out of their house. I do have plenty of other appointments. It's fine. I'll be closing more. So you don't have to show that you're desperate to those homeowners to close them by just bringing your price down, so you could actually make it through that month. So as I said, pipeline 0 every single month, full before the month begins, 50 mostly unqualified, 25 that are qualified and ready to move forward. So you ended up from 16% close rate to 60 or 70% close rate. And the revenue is not just feast and famine every single year. It is very predictable growth every single month. And by just having a system like this, only thing you have to do, put in more money into it so you can make more money at the end of the month. Well, same market, same trade, same city, just totally two different contractors, two different mindsets, two different systems they built their systems on. So the foundation of their business is different. One of them relies on referrals, word of mouth, past clients, and the other one relies on a system like Meta and Google Ads that brings him multiple tens of appointments every single month, that he ends up getting rid of a bunch of them and qualifying a big number of those appointments that are worth his time, closing more jobs and making more money. So if you want something like this for your business, you want to talk about your business's number, just text me on Instagram. I'll be dropping my Instagram username in the bio of this video, or just book a call and we'll be able to see what you're currently doing and what we can do for you. And from there, we will know if you're a good fit or not. Have a nice rest of your day, guys.